The state of Nebraska has found out as they are ready to go bankrupt in the next 6 months. Their state's economy relies heavily on agriculture, and over 70% of their workforce is from undocumented immigrants. Knowing this, they voted for Trump, hoping that he would get rid of the undocumented immigrants. And now they are severely understaffed across the entire state, unable to find enough workers to replace the undocumented immigrants who supplied their state with enough workforce. This is the find out stage of fuck around and find out. In the next 6 months, the state of Nebraska will be entirely bankrupt, unable to support itself, and be looking for a bailout from the federal government. All because they let their racism and hate towards immigrants be more important than their economic livelihoods. There's nothing to feel bad about here. They voted for this. They knew exactly what they were voting for. Now they have what they wanted. Let's see how it turns out for them.
You know all the town halls that have been being held across the United States because Congress, the House of Representatives, has been on a break. So what you do when that happens is the members go back to their communities and they have town hall meetings with their constituents, those who voted for them, those who didn't vote for them, but the concerns that they have in their districts and across the country. So today, the Republican conference has put out that they don't want their Republican congresspeople having town hall meetings in person with their constituents. Now, see, they only think their constituents are the people who voted for them. And they think, they would be friendlier to them. That's what they want. But what they need to understand is they pissed everybody off. So you have Republicans and Democrats who are there, raising their voices. But don't you think it's kind of chicken shit to where you're telling Republican congresspeople, don't talk to your people. Don't talk to the people who voted for you. Folks, this is what you need to remember next year in 2026 when the election happens. These are the people who didn't want to come talk to you because they knew that they're doing a crappy job and they're supporting someone who is destroying America. So get ready for 2026 and make sure you can call them constantly. Don't let them off the hook, folks. Just because they won't come see you, you make sure they hear from you. But all I can say is you Republicans, you're a bunch of cowards. You're a bunch of cowards.
So it's March 4th, and now it's being reported, after the stocks plummeted, that Trump is going to roll back the tariffs against Canada and Mexico because the stocks plummeted. And I'm going to tell you what just happened. What they did, this billionaire tech oligarch, is they manipulated the markets. As soon as those stocks tanked, those billionaires and those millionaires went in there and bought it all up. And now they're going to reverse it, and they're all going to shoot right back up. So they jump in, they make a shit ton of money, and they jump out, all at the expense of everybody's sanity, including Canada. So here's what I highly recommend to Canada. If anybody has access to the leaders of Canada, call our bluff. Everything you were doing, you put in place today to retaliate with tariffs, keep them in place. Keep them all in place. Call Donald Trump's bluff. You guys keep the tariffs high against us. Call his bluff. Fucking narcissist.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. In today's video is another Fafo season, and we are here to find out what Republican supporters are finding out. Okay, for all the MAGAs that have gotten to the FO stage, we are here to help them find out exactly what they are finding out. Anyway, I've gathered some stitches for you guys. Let's go ahead and watch it, then we come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be part of the family. Please subscribe. Let's get to 20K this month. Okay, that's the agenda. And credit to all creators on this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well and subscribe to the channel. Let's go watch the stitches, then we come back and we talk more.
So we have a discourse going on between I think majority like Mexicans and the Black community. And I just have to say to my Mexican people who are asking why the Black people are not like protesting with us or whatever. Why would they? 92% of their women voted for Kamala. 80% of their community of men voted for Kamala. 60% of Latinos voted for Kamala. And I believe the majority were women and the majority were Mexican. But that number is crazy, considering that Hispanics and Latinos are becoming the fastest growing minority. Like, we are going to be the majority soon. And it's crazy for me to think that number was so fucking low. And now you're asking where the Black community is when they're the ones who tried to avoid this. Hello? They tried to avoid this. We all tried to tell you guys, even within my own community. I'm talking to you guys because I did the work. And I know other Latinas who did the work. We were on calls every fucking week. We were writing postcards. We were making phone calls. And you guys were probably nowhere in sight, my Latino community. And now you're begging the Black community to come help us, to come save us. No! I think it's time we learn to save ourselves. And let the Black community rest. Because my God, have they not done enough fucking work. So, yeah. Where were we during the George Floyd protests? Or the Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland? When their community was getting killed, where the fuck were we? Because I do not remember seeing any Latin people out there. Now, maybe there was one or two of y'all. I don't remember seeing any Mexicans out there. So why should they put their time, their energy, all of this into helping a group of people who didn't give a shit about them when they needed our help? Think about that. Also, where the hell are all you Latinos for Trump at? Because I see a lot of you guys crying on here that you regret your decision. He lied to us. He used us. Where the fuck are you? Are you out there protesting? Because you motherfuckers are really the ones who need to be out there. You guys. And all your fucking regrets for voting for him with your dumbasses. So before you guys start wondering where the Black people are, wonder where the fucking Latinos for Trump are. Where the fuck are they? That should be the question we're asking.
For Americans and the economy writ large, that not only has Trump had to awkwardly walk much of it back over the past 24 hours, but we're actually seeing prominent elected Republicans push back on Trump, defy Trump and his tariffs, and we have to talk about it. But before we do, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, it takes a lot these days to get an elected Republican to exhibit any sort of due diligence, bravery, fidelity to their oaths to represent their constituents, right? As you know, for most elected Republicans, if forced to make the choice between their constituents' needs and what Donald Trump wants, they overwhelmingly choose Trump. But we're starting to see some pushback from elected Republicans as a consequence of these disastrous tariffs, okay? And I want to play you some clips. Now, again, let's be clear. These are still elected Republicans, so it's not going to be like, yo, Trump is such an idiot. I can't believe he did this. But we are seeing some pushback and some backlash as they receive that pushback and backlash from their own constituents.
Let me ask you, how do you, step back for a second, are you happy, satisfied, might be the better word, with the Trumpian economic policy? Because it's different than it was in his first term, particularly with respect to bringing down spending and bringing down federal workforce and things of that nature. How do you read it, Senator Kennedy? Are you happy with it? Does it need improvement, and where?
I think President Trump, on economics and otherwise, is doing very well. But you remember the old saying, the danger of rising high is that the air gets thin. I'm worried about the tariffs.
Yep.
I'm not saying that tariffs are going to cause inflation. President Trump did them in his first term, and they didn't. I'm saying that we just don't know. We're in very obscure territory. We're in uncharted waters. I think if the tariffs do start to cause inflation, I think the president will back away from them. And I'm not saying that I don't trust President Trump, but there's another saying,
Do you see how panicked, visibly panicked and uncomfortable John Kennedy is? Because he's trying to straddle a line. He is trying to voice his concerns because no doubt he recognizes that this current economic climate created by Trump, with skyrocketing inflation, lackluster jobs reports, signs of a recession around the corner, and the polling for Trump on the economy has been consistently bad for days, if not weeks, as a consequence of the threat of tariffs or the implementation of tariffs. So Kennedy's smart, Ivy League educated, right? Kennedy is a smart guy, even though sometimes he does a hell of an impression of a moron. He's aware of all of this, the reality, and how even Trump Republican
Hey, Democrats, here's some shit that ain't true. The fact that you keep trying to tell us who voted for Trump that we voted for him because we thought he was going to lower inflation and lower gas prices and lower the price of eggs on day one. We know that is literally impossible, and the whole reason he said that he was going to do these things on day one is because he made sure that people knew he was going to hit the ground running. He was not going to waste any time. Like, I know that y'all think this is some kind of gotcha, like, oh, he didn't lower prices, you guys should regret your vote now. Like, you don't realize how dumb this makes you look. We voted for Donald Trump because we knew what he meant when he said that, not because of the fact that he said it to begin with. And the fact that you guys keep running with this narrative just shows that you guys don't understand what he meant by that. If I say I am so hungry that I can eat a whole zebra in 5 minutes, you know damn well that not only can I not eat a zebra, but I damn well cannot eat that zebra in 5 minutes. But you knew what I meant by what I said. And the fact that not one, not two, not even three, but 22 Democratic senators got on the internet today and spewed this kind of nonsense, like, you guys look like fucking idiots. Like, at this point, all of us should be glad that Donald Trump finally made English the official language of the United States, because it seems like some of the people that were born here don't even understand it.
No. There is no possibility. None. It's a never for me. It will never, ever, ever work.
Nebraska is not too happy right now with what's going on in politics. And they're overwhelmingly supported President Trump. A lot of them now are saying, they made a mistake. That a lot of their farms and ranches are looking to not be able to survive because they've lost a lot of their workers, which happen to be a lot of illegal immigrants. Some are getting on Facebook and other media sites and saying that within so many months, they're going to be bankrupt. There's one person that said 300-year-old family ranch is going to go under. 300 years old, that means 1725. There was a private ranch, family ranch out in Nebraska. I wonder what the Native Americans thought about that. Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. But a lot of them are saying, we didn't realize that it was going to do this to our state and our economy. Y'all are playing out there. You know exactly what you were doing. And then you bit yourself in the toe. And it's not good. But I'm wishing y'all the best of luck. I hope your state don't go bankrupt. Maybe all the money that President is taking from Illinois, not paying us, maybe he can give it to y'all since you voted for him. I don't know. Just a quick idea. Call up Doge. Or why don't y'all get out there and do the work yourself? Get up there and get to those fields. Curious. All right. Or maybe pay $5 million and you can get some of them immigrants back on that farm. Right? Have a good day. And best of luck to Nebraska. Bye.
I really feel so bad for MAGAs right now because they will be somewhere just regretting their votes and thinking that they wish they knew better and they had done better. Maybe all of this wouldn't have been. Like, I just feel like if they had known, would they take this direction? Or you feel that a lot of them will still take the same direction? Because now look at the whole Nebraska farmers and what they are going through with their farms. And most of these farms were passed over by their forefathers. Each time I just sit down and think about these people, including the Florida farmers, I feel so bad for them. Really, I feel so bad. Now, the 25% tariff on countries, and these people are also sending back the people who are going through to pay this 25% tariff are even people who live in the US, not the country where it's coming from. Imagine having to pay tariff from different countries. You're going to be spending so much because it's coming from different direction. This person will bill you, the other person will bill you, this one will tariff you, the other person will tariff you. That's a lot of money, trust me. That's a lot of money you're going to be spending on groceries. And now I saw that in some supermarkets, they are putting this goods is from the US, this one is from Canada. In Canada, that's what you're going to be seeing. A lot of people are now the supermarkets are saying from the US, like in their tag, they place goods that are from the US so that you know as you're buying them that you're going to be paying higher tariff. Why the ones that are made in Canada, they put it made in Canada. And I saw some videos of people trying to tell people, oh, we're showing you how to shop made in Canada goods, and the products are coming from Canada so that you can know them. So let's say maybe they're buying a particular bean coming from the US and Canada has its own product already. You have to boycott the US products and buy Canadian products instead of you buying anything that has to do with the US, so you don't have to pay more when you're checking out. That's a lot of stress, seriously. Now, people are going to be paying higher electricity bills in Alabama, and to think that majority of these people voted for the present administration, and now they are in their FO stage where they're finding out that, man, I think we should have done better. They should have done better. Now, they're going to be paying 25% increase on their electricity tariff. You know, when they were always talking about tariff, these people didn't really understand what it was. I saw some farmers who was also saying that, oh, they cannot believe that Trump is going to deport people. You know, even they voted for the administration and they still do not believe that people are going to be deported. But now that their workers are being deported, nobody is coming to work in their farms because all the undocumented immigrants are also scared of coming out so that they don't get deported. Now they are all finding out that they made a huge mistake. Like, I feel so bad for them, but it is what it is. So sometimes when you see some of these videos, you just be wondering, like, did these people think at all? Did they even read? Did they study? But it's obvious they didn't. because nobody will want to study and also go against them their own selves. So I don't think they did. But even at that, other people did, and they were out here telling people this is the best way to go, but nobody really listened to them. And now they are paying higher taxes, they are paying higher fees. People can't even afford health care anymore. A lot of people are moving to other countries to to get health care, to even get dentists, work done, that their teeth done. They have to go to other countries and all that. People are spending a lot of money right now. And in as much as possible, in as much as we say, oh, it's just MAGAs that voted for this, it's quite unfortunate that every other person is also facing the same fate. Every other person is going to really be affected one way or the other. It's not just MAGAs, but I feel so sad for people who didn't vote for this, right? But is this really what they voted for? Like, is this what they wanted? I doubt. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let's have that conversation. What do you think about today's video? Let me hear from you, and please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.